I don't have any sound. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Golden Gate. Happy Easter. I'm Reverend Mary Murray Shelton. I'm going to invite you to come and take your seats as we begin our 20th anniversary Easter celebration this morning. You are at Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. And whether you're online or you're here in the room with us, I want to let you know that wherever you may be on your pathway of faith, you're welcome here. We believe that all people are whole, complete, and perfect, just as they are, that they are manifestations of the divine presence. I love it when everybody's totally unruly. This is so good. It always means we're going to have a great service, when everybody's just so happy to see everybody. So we're going to make it a formal invitation for you now to get up and walk around and say good morning and welcome people you haven't seen, introduce yourselves, and just generally have a free-for-all, and I will ring you back in just a few minutes. And for those of you online, please go ahead and give yourselves a hug. Happy Easter. We're thrilled and delighted that you're here with us this morning. We'll be right back with you. Good. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. All right. Here we go. You can hear the theme song to Jeopardy.
I said, do you think you'll get their attention again?
I don't know. All right, please take your seats.
Thank you for being here, everybody.
This is kind of our homecoming morning, and so we're really happy to welcome back any of you who used to come to Golden Gate all the time and haven't been here for a while. Welcome home. Am I humming because of the mics behind me? No? Okay, very good. Now, do we have your attention? I think we do. So I want to, first of all, oops, that's not the one I want. We did that already. I want to welcome our dear Karen Drecker back with the band, and don't stand to sing yet, because Karen will tell you when. So I'm just going to turn it over to Karen. Let's welcome her.
Thank you all. It's so good to be home. Hey, before I start, may I introduce these wonderful musicians? Dave Rokeach on drums, Andrew Higgins on bass, and Ross Gualco, that you know, on keyboards. Here we go. Before we sing, I have a little thing I want to say. This is the story of the Golden Gate Center. Started 40 years ago, Reverend Lloyd was our mentor. Just a few people doing their science of mind thing. They had no idea what the future would bring. Now 40 years have passed and Reverend Mary leads the way. With the vision for expansion, folks just can't stay away. But today you've come home to this family you hold dear. And we're here to remind you, you are always welcome here. 1, 2, 3. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You can stand up now if you want. You are welcome here. This is what I want you to sing. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you know what? You are home. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. And you are welcome here. And you are welcome here. You are welcome here. And you are welcome here. Next verse. Whatever you've been through, you've found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you are home. You are welcome here. You are welcome here, city. You are welcome here. Turn to someone and tell them you are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. And you are welcome here. You are welcome here, city. You are welcome here. And you are welcome here. You are welcome here. All right, let's break it down. Let me hear y'all sing it now. Say it to each other. Say, we are welcome here. We are welcome here, city. We are welcome here. And we are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are, now give it to yourself and say, I am welcome here. I am welcome here. And I am welcome here. And I am welcome here. I am welcome here. And I am welcome here. Yes, you are. We all are. Welcome home, everybody.
Aaron. All right. Now, I want to invite you to, as you take your seats, go ahead and silence your cell phones. Because can you imagine if all the cell phones in this room started ringing at once? So, we're turning within now so we can take all this beautiful energy and bring it down inside of ourselves into our center. And so we're going to begin this morning with an opening from our morning practitioner, Leslie Janetti.
Just turning within now to our sacred center, realizing that there is only one life and one power, that this magnificent all in all pours itself across everything, visible and invisible, bringing into form unique expressions of itself. That each one here is a unique and a special individualized expression of the wholeness and the completeness of the infinite life. So I speak my word for each one, and I claim an opening in consciousness for a resonant realization that the life within is absolute oneness, and it is always seeking ways to express itself by means of each one. And accepting the life within, opening to it, and allowing it to express is always moving to the heights of unity consciousness, from less to more, from isolation to inclusion, moving from any sense of separateness to absolute oneness and wholeness. So I accept this wholeness and oneness within each one right now. And I celebrate the life within each one, which is always seeking the ascension in the light of truth and the truth of being. And I give thanksgiving now for the opening that takes place in consciousness, which allows for the wholeness and the fulfillment of each individualized life to express fully. And I release my word to the law of mind, which accepts my word as a brand new creation, ready to be made manifest for the greater good, and so it is.
right, it is our time to celebrate our 40th anniversary because this center began in San Francisco on Easter Sunday. It had its first service on Easter Sunday, 1983, with Reverend Dr. Lloyd George Tupper. And so we are celebrating that this morning with great enthusiasm. And our theme for this month and this morning is There's No Place Like Home. These are actually Judy Garland's ruby slippers up here. I want you to know, for those of you that care, we really got them. And I just want to say, as Karen begins this morning, that Karen Drucker has been the music director here on more than one series of occasions, and she helped us get through COVID, and we were really, really grateful to have her here for that. Yes. And then, of course, we had to send her back out into the world, you know. So the one thing I want to do before we start her solo is I want to recognize the luminaries that are in the room besides our two guests of honor, who I'll introduce in just a little while. So if you are a minister, would you please stand? So now don't sit down. Don't sit down. I want to welcome all of you. Now, Reverend Lanny Howard used to be the assistant minister here. She's here this morning with us. Catherine Revoir used to be one of the members here. She's now a minister, and we're glad she's here. Jerry Carter is a minister over in Oakland, and I can't see you. No, in the flowers. Lisa Barnett, practitioner. Yes. Reverend now. Okay, Reverend. And Reverend Judith and Reverend Sarah, who are our staff ministers. And also, our very special guest this morning, Reverend Dr. Marilyn Leo. And is that Stan at the back? Reverend Stan Stefancic, who's one of our members. And who are you pointing at? I can't see. Oh, and Reverend M. Louise, who is also one of our staff ministers. She's back in the corner back there. Okay, let's give them all a hand, because we love having our visiting clergy. And this just lets you know that whatever problems you came in here with today, because of the atmosphere in which you are sitting with these elevated people, when you leave today, those will all dissolve. Okay? So it will be a great celebration, and now Karen's going to start us off with all of that.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready to rock out a little bit? If you want to dance, feel free. Whatever you want to do. But I want you to sing with me on the chorus, because we're a family. We're going to affirm that. Here we go. Here we go. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care who you love. I'm here to love you anyway. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care what color you are. I'm here just to love you with all of my might. 'Cause you are my sister, and you are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. I don't care if you're thin. Don't care if you're fat. I don't care what you eat. My love is so much stronger than that. I don't care if you're rich. Don't care if you're poor. I don't care how much money you got. Loving you is what I was put here for. 'Cause you are my sister, and you are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. There's no difference between you and me. No mountain as far as I can see. no separation or alienation. We all are one. All right, Ross, take it away. Cause you are my sister. Turn to someone and say, you are my brother. You are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. Just sing this. You are my family. We are a family. You are my family. Come on now, get up everybody and sing. You are my family. You are my family. You are my family. You are my family. Here we go. And you are my family. Ow, we did it. You are my family. Thank you all so much.
Yes, you sound great, all of you. So, 20 years ago, at the 10th anniversary, when we were all facing that direction, Reverend Carol asked Reverend Lloyd and me, because we had participated while she was receiving cancer treatment at that time, and she invited Reverend Jim Munson, who was also one of the previous ministers here, and we all spoke on that Easter Sunday. And this is a picture from that Easter Sunday. So there we are, looking so young and fresh and beautiful. And in addition to, aren't we great? And then this is the welcome home for Reverend Carol and Reverend Lloyd, then and a little later then. So on that Easter Sunday 20 years ago, one of the things that Reverend Carol said, which is the only thing I remember about that Easter Sunday morning, other than that we were all there, was that if we could imagine that every planet has a theme, then the theme of Earth is resurrection, because everything is always coming to life again and again and again. And so here we are doing our homecoming, and we are coming to life again as the Golden Gate community widespread now in all the places that everybody has gone. So Reverend Carol and I have known each other since Michael was 3. By the way, Reverend Carol came all the way from England this morning. Not this morning, because she was with us. Yeah, it was a quick flight. So she's here with us. Michael, her son, is here with his son, Will, and they came from Philadelphia a few days ago. And Melanie, Carol's daughter, my goddaughter, and her husband, Nate, are here all the way from Vallejo this morning. So we want to welcome the entire family home, and especially welcome Reverend Carol Huntley. I'm going to sit in your chair. Woohoo! Sweetie, you need the microphone.
Deja vu all over again. It is so wonderful to be back home. It is so wonderful to see all of you here. Thank you. Thank you for giving us your Easter morning. That means so much to me. And thank you to everybody that's watching online. And it's just wonderful to be here. So I want to start by kind of giving you a little information about my other home in Devon, England. I live in a little town called Colompton, I don't know how many people live in Columpton, but I do know that there are 2 supermarkets. It's like a Safeway and a Vons, 2 supermarkets. There's 1 butcher. There's no banks. Lots of hairdressers for some reason. And people there are kind and funny and companionable people, all living by the River Culm, which is where Columpton takes its name. And my husband and I, Paul, attend a Church of England church in our little town that has been there since 1430. So a little bit older than 40 years. And they say that it's on the site of an old Saxon church in the same place. So my spiritual life now is a combination of Church of England Christianity, the pagan practices of my wise women from Cornwall, my large garden, and also Reverend Lloyd's Reflections every week. If you are not subscribed, really, you should subscribe to Reverend Lloyd's Reflections. So in this time that I have, I wish I could tell you about every spiritual musing I have had for the 4.5 years that I haven't been with you. But I've chosen one. And that one is humility. And it's compatriots, simplicity, and vulnerability. Now, when I taught Science of Mind, I didn't teach humility very much. I taught about claiming my good because I knew that all good had already been given by the one God that was my life as well. And I selected what of that all good I wanted, and I claimed it. And if I didn't know what I wanted, then I claimed divine guidance. That's what I did. And I can still do that, and I do that. But sometimes, maybe it's age, I don't know, but I don't know enough to claim my good. I don't know what's next. There's 2 polar opposites. Either I say, I just want what you think is next, God, because it's all been so good that I can't even imagine the good that's next. Or sometimes, and it's not that often, but I am so lost, I don't know what to claim. And so I hope you'll give me what's next. So that's kind of the humility that I live in now, and I'm going to set that aside. I will come back to humility. But I want to tell you about my passion now, which is bell ringing. So I don't know how I'm going to do this with this microphone, but the bell tower in my church was started in 1545, and that is the time that King Henry VIII was on the throne. And this bell tower contains 8 bells, ranging from about 400 pounds to over a ton. And we have been invited along with 38,000 bells in England to ring for the coronation. If you could be a bird and just go bong, 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 all over England, that is what is going to happen on the 6th of May. So it takes a great deal of practice to ring a bell with that weight safely for oneself, and safety for the tower, and safety for the bell. So what happens is, in the way that bells are rung in England, and it's pretty unique to England, they start with the cup of the bell balanced upside down. And what happens is the rope is pulled and the bell goes bong like that, and then it's pulled again and it goes bong like that. So it rotates almost 360 degrees with every pull. So what happens is that the ringers are in the ringing tower. Everyone has a rope, and they are getting ready to pull their bell. And the leader, who is called the tower captain. This is, I have to put this down and show you. I'll talk loud. So you've got the rope and you've got the sallet, which is the padded part, and you're hanging on to this. And the leader, who has the highest toned bell, which is called the treble, always leads. This is what they have said for 400 years. Look to, treble's going, she's gone. And then it goes bong out over the fields for miles and miles. And what that means is when you pull that bell off of its balance point, it is going to ring. And then it's going to ring again and again and again. And you better know what you're doing or you can really hurt yourself.
Use the mic then.
Those stories and cartoons of people ending up at the ceiling,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that you kind of really know what you're doing, or that rope can whip around kind of like a snake and break your jaw, or you can break the bell. And so it's kind of like our lives, I thought, that, you know, it's going, it's gone. We have a trajectory that we put into place, and it can be we set our lives onto a selflessness track or its opposite. We set our lives on a track of joyousness or sorrow. And if we want to change it, you have to do something. So in bell ringing, what you do is you learn with a teacher right in front of you. Now, I have been ringing since a little after Christmas, and I have never rung alone. I have never rung in rounds. I have the teacher right in front of me, and he tells me what to do first and second, and I can pretty much ring a bell now about 10 times without something going wrong. And then what happens is I pull it, and the rope goes all haywire, and the leader says, "My Sally," and he grabs the Sally and disciplines the bell so that it gets back into ringing properly, because the leader knows more than me. Someone, something in the universe knows more than us, knows how to fix it, knows how to grab the Sally and put everything right. So in our church, the prayers are to that. It is, it's the sweetest, I've learned the sweetest prayer. And talk about simple. It is, thank you, sorry, please. Now, in Science of Mind, sometimes we think, well, if I say thank you, that's separation because I'm thanking something outside myself, but I'm very clear that that you is what I am in relationship with as well as what is in me as me. And when I say sorry, it's not that I'm a miserable sinner, it's that I have let go of the rope and the Sally is flailing. And when I say please, it is not beseeching, it is that something knows more than me and knows what to do next and how to guide me. So I will say things like, thank you for all the gifts of life. Sorry, I got on the wrong path. Please guide me. Or I say, thank you for this day. Sorry I wasted yesterday. Please inspire me and give me strength. So this makes me feel humble. It makes me feel teachable. It makes me feel vulnerable. And it makes me feel intimate. And I still do spiritual mind treatment, but I love this prayer. And I think we can do a lot of different kinds of prayer. And it reminds me of something that happened more than 30 years ago with Reverend Mary. I was listening to her give a talk, and she was impersonating God. She was impersonating God, hearing a prayer. Words, 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 words. Oh, here. 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 is the desire of this soul. That's what this kind of praying and my spiritual life does for me now. Does it gives me intimacy and vulnerability? Oh, Will, but it's good. It's good to have little people commenting. So I use this also in my marriage. Paul and I had harsh words, which are very, very, very seldom do we. But I said, upon going to bed that night, I said, I want to do the prayer. So I said, thank you for marrying me. Sorry, I was so stubborn today. Please, keep loving me. And then he did it. And the intimacy and the vulnerability and the freedom and the disclosure and the hiding nothing was and is so fabulous. So this Easter, I know that we want to see the face of God everywhere. We all want that. And I'm here to say that it is so much easier to see the face of God out there when you can really, really see the face of God somewhere. And that's what I want for all of us. The Easter story is about vulnerability. When Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, take this cup from me if you can, but in the end, thy will be done. In the Bible, it's written that Jesus was sick in his soul to death. If we can imagine going to the ordeal that he undoubtedly went through, and know that he was probably saying at some level, I am so at the end of my knowing, I absolutely do not know what to ask for, but take it. Take the cup or don't. Take the Sally. Fix it. Fix it for the world. Fix it for everybody. So that's the essence, I think, of the Easter story, which is trust and vulnerability and openness. And what I want for each of you, my darlings, it's so good to be with you, is a relationship with your source that is free and sweet and trusting and infinite. So we know that our home, coming home, is into the heart of God. Happy Easter.
That was great. Wonderful. Thank you. And yes, there will be more, because not only is our minister emeritus here, but our founding minister of Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, Reverend Dr. Lloyd George Tupper, is also here. And so I want to invite him up to give his Easter message. Come on up, Lloyd. Sharon's there if you need it. I'll be right here.
I need it.
Yeah.
Well, how can I top that, right? I'm not drunk, by the way.
It's just loose.
I, as you can all see, I have a little issue with my ankles. And I've had flat feet for 84 years. And my ankles are causing me to have to go on a diet. Can you imagine? My doctor said to me before I left, he said, now, when you come back, I want you to lose 100 pounds. And he said, you'll be way underweight, and that should make you feel better, but your ankles will be applauding. So you can all support me in sharing my 100 pounds with the people of Somalia that need it, or Syria. You have to give it away, you know, to someone or something in order for it to work. So I'm going to be an example for you. And I thought, do I dare say this in public and then everyone's going to hold me to it? So please hold me to it. Anyhow, this is my 54th year in the ministry. And to be celebrating this 40 years, I've known Carol 45 years. Actually, Carol was a member of my church in Burlingame, which preceded my coming to the city. And then Carol's mother, most of you know, our beloved Doris Jones, was a new practitioner that came to my church in Burlingame in 1979. And then we were kicked out of Burlingame. We got a little too raucous, and we came to the city. And this church has done incredible things. We opened on the theater on the square. We were supposed to go into the De Young Museum Theater, and 2 or 3 weeks before, we had agreed that's where we were going to be in their theater. They decided to stop allowing traffic on Sundays in Golden Gate Park. And we had 2 weeks to figure out where were we going to go. So we ended up at Theater on the Square. It was a good move because it had a huge bar. And on Easter Sunday, I've never seen so many people celebrating the resurrection. I did resurrect him that Sunday, and it really stuck. And then we went across the street to the Clift Hotel for lunch in the Redwood Room. We did it well, you know. It was a great time. But then very shortly thereafter, little did we know, the AIDS epidemic hit. And we lost over 100 members that year in 1983. And so the church has strengthened with disasters that have occurred way beyond what we were able to control, but we saw it through, and eventually, of course, we decided to move over to Marin County because most of our people were coming from Marin County then, and a lot of the people that were coming up from the peninsula couldn't make it over the bridge, or some of them did. But anyhow, we moved to Marin, and here we are, and here we've been for the last, 40 years, I guess. Is that right? 40 years, yeah. Well, we were in the city for a couple of years, 3 years, and then we moved over here. So what's been happening? I've gotten older, if you haven't noticed. And some of you look mature. And thanks to so many of you, especially to Sue Ruda and Joshua Holmes, wherever he is, I now have I have a dream come true. I'm living on Cape Cod, out in the wild, so to speak. I think it's wild. I'm surrounded by water. Some Narragansett Bay on my right, the Atlantic Ocean before me, and Cape Cod Bay on the left. And I feel like Emerson walks in the wood with me at times, and that at other times I just live in my little house with my deities. But thanks to Sue and Josh, recently, they have made it possible for me to visit with you for about 15 minutes once a week. And I on the camera, my sister swears to God that I've had my face lifted 3 or 4 times. But Sue is a magic person when it comes to making you look good. And so now I get to talk with you. And if you're not on my video, you have to go on revloid.com. And then you'll get a thing in the mail and you just push a little button. And there I am. And what a dream come true that is for me, because being disconnected to you has been very difficult for me. For a while, when I moved to the Cape, I felt purposeless. And yet, your strength and your love, and the fact that I get cards and people tell me, because I have an active practitioner practice, that I have made a difference in their life, has kept me going. And then when I started making this connection, writing reflections, as Carol was saying, and now I'm on film, I feel I'm back home. Because in that 15 minutes, my house is full of what you people created in me. I feel it very deeply. And it's a healing experience for me. Because, you know, most people, when they're turning 84 years old, sort of feel like life might be coming to a pleasant transition. I've never felt that way. In fact, both Sue and I are on the Zen calendar, which is 35 years are your physical years, 35 years are your material years, and then the last 35 years, which brings us to 105, are your spiritual years. So guess what? Religious scientists can be born again. I like to call it being dipped in the waters of the Holy Spirit. And so now I have a new lease on life. I'm going to get my ankles fixed so I can do something I didn't know if I could stand and talk with you, but here I am doing it. And now I'm on film. And I'm really good. I say that to myself. I'm still egocentric, of course. But I say that to myself because when it's over, I say, damn, well, won't say that in church, but darn, that was good. And what it's allowed me to do, is it okay if I have a commercial here? Okay. Is I am able to perfect, I take one principle and I am able to perfect what I feel in reflection. Over the last 54 years, I didn't stress enough. Now I have no excuse. You know, I have nothing takes anything away from me, no disturbances, just my deities that tell me, you know, it's time to go to bed, it's time to get up, and that sort of thing. Those are those little fairies they have in, not here, not those fairies, the fairies that they have in India that come out of the walls and things, you know. Well, I live with those deities, and they have surrounded myself with themselves, and it's been the sweetest experience I've ever known in my near 84 years. And now with this video, it's giving me an extension of my ministry. So no matter where I am and where you are, there's no reason that we can't spend Thursday night or Friday night or even Saturday night together. And I'll rev you up. I haven't lost that kick. I might be a little dependent on my cane, but I can still give you a spiritual goose that you will remember. So I'm not going to spend any more time talking about me. Let's talk about you. And here you all are, and you're great. Thank you for supporting Mary. Thank you for supporting Carol in her 22 years being here. Mary, you're now going on what, 3 or 4? 5. 5 years. And I know that we are still as relevant in a spiritual path as anything I have discovered. We are able to show up, deal with situations in life that we probably thought, God forbid, we ever have to deal with this or that or whatever. But this church has strengthened me. It has given me a sense that I will never die. I won't be here maybe one day, my body, but I won't be gone. I'll just be moving to a higher realm and checking in on you and making sure that you have my reminders and keeping with you and knowing that you can even come over physical death as Jesus did, that we're celebrating today. I think it's not by coincidence that Jesus spent 40 nights in the desert. 40 and 40. We've spent 40 years doing whatever we've been doing. Some of us have actually been crucified, so to speak. Marriages have not ended the way we thought they would. People have passed on. Financial challenges, AIDS, COVID, and all sorts of things. But as a religious scientist, and with this great philosophy, thanks to Ernest Holmes and Reginald Armour, the father of our distinguished guest here, Dr. Marilyn Leo, we have what we need, and I'm committed. I am so committed that you will have what I have gotten before I'm through with you. You'll all be better than me. And why? Because I know what I needed to know, but when I needed to know it, I wasn't as good as I am now. Now, isn't that great that I can say that at 84? I mean, and it's not that I'm saying I'm good in the world, because I have my cherished rumors about my background that I don't give up, but I'm good at getting at the principle and making it simple and empowering people to overcome the world. I have overcome the world. That's my message to you this morning. And what gave me that ability to overcome the world was the teaching that we so fervently are working with, I pray, and the teaching that is available to us at no matter what stage we may find ourselves in the evolution of our spirit on this earthly plane. So my offer to you this morning is to seize the moment. This is the moment, as Ernest would say, of infinite privilege. And I'm here to tell you, if you are willing, I'm not done with you yet. I have more to give you. I need the fulfillment, and you need the wisdom. And when you're near 84 years old, you can be bold enough and arrogant enough to say, you have the wisdom to share. So I love you all. I thank you so much for coming today and celebrating this really incredible day. And I'll tell you a little secret here. I said to someone very close to me, well, why do they want to do this on the 40th? Why don't they wait till the 50th? Think about that for a minute. And I do plan on being back here on the 50th. And you can hold me to my word. And you'll all be here with me. For we are religious scientists. We know the truth. We don't always practice the truth because actually it's too simple to be that powerful. But I'm here to tell you, when you know the truth, and it's part of your fabric, it's in your flat feet, it's in your bones, it's in your brain, it's in your soul, and it's in your spirit. This too I shall overcome, for I am that ageless, deathless beingness of God made manifest in the form of humanity called Lloyd George Tupper. And you are also. And nothing would please me more than you accept that as the truth and be set free in it. And so you are, and so it is. Amen. Okay.
Can we help you down? Okay. Let me get on the other side. Let me get on the other side. Here we go. There you go. You. Perfect. Good. Whew. All right. Well, so we've had now humility and arrogance. And and I want to share a little secret about Jesus. After the resurrection, the disciples were scattered all over Jerusalem and the surrounding villages, and they were in hiding because they didn't want to get executed. And John had some important news, and so he searched and searched until he found Peter. And he ran toward him calling, Peter, Peter, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. And Peter took hold of him by the shoulders and he said, take it easy, John. What is it? What's the good news? Jesus has risen and he's looking for his disciples. John panted out of breath and Peter was astounded. And he said, that's wonderful news. Where is he? What's the bad news? And John glanced around and then said very quietly, he's really steamed about last Friday. So when you find that you're reacting in a less than ideal way, recognize that Jesus cursed a fig tree. You know, we all have our off days. I want to say this morning, because we are looking at the homecoming and there's no place like home and welcome home and all of that, it always brings me back to The Wizard of Oz, which is a movie I used to watch year after year after year after year as a kid. And it wasn't until I'd seen it many, many times that I really recognized something that was obvious, I'm sure, to adults the first time they saw it, which was that every one of the characters in The Wizard of Oz that is with Dorothy, maybe not Toto, but the rest of them, they all already have what it is they think they need. The most courageous is the lion who's terrified but goes ahead and acts anyway. The most compassionate is the Tin Man who thinks he doesn't have a heart. The smartest, really, is the Scarecrow who brings forward wisdom and philosophy all the time. And for Dorothy, she wants to go home, but as she goes through this whole process, she continues to gather home around her by taking these people with her on her way. And at the end, she finds out she always had the power to go home. but she had to discover it. She had to learn it for herself. So I think the message in that is a metaphysical movie message for all of us, is that we do have within us what we want. We do have within us what we need already, but we have to experience it. We have to have it called forth. We have to put it into practice to discover that we have it, to actually recognize that it's in us. I always tell people, if you admire something in someone else, that's because it's in you too. You wouldn't be able to know what that was if you weren't also carrying that inside yourself. So right now, we're experiencing Ramadan, Passover, Easter. Yesterday was Hanamatsuri, which is the day of either Buddha's birth or his enlightenment, depending on which sect you're part of in the Buddhist tradition. And it's also almost May Day. And everything is starting to come back to life and to bloom. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, but when you are walking through a spring day, you are walking through an orgy. Everything is getting pollinated, and everything is happy to be getting pollinated. And that's the message of spring. Come back to life. Celebrate. So it's no mistake, I think, that we've anchored all these holidays into the spring, because there is something magic about the springtime. Ernest Holmes said, "Mental science does not deny the divinity of Jesus, but it does affirm the divinity of all people. It does not deny that Jesus was the Son of God, but it affirms that all of us are offspring of God. It does not deny that the kingdom of God was revealed through Jesus, but it says that the kingdom of God is also revealed through you and through me." And you know, Jesus said the kingdom of God is at hand, but he also said it's here among you, within you already. And so the one message he gave us was to love one another. That was the root message. And as Carol was saying, you connect through the vulnerability of seeing the divine in other people when you can see the divine in yourself or in a dear loved one or somebody that's close to you. So I asked the mayor of San Rafael for a declaration for our anniversary celebration. And she agreed to do that and sent this declaration, which was put together by one of her assistants, which is kind of funny because her assistant said, "Tell me some things about your center so I know what to write in the proclamation," not realizing she wasn't going to pick and choose, she'd just take everything. So it says, City of San Rafael proclamation presented to Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. Whereas Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living began in San Francisco on Easter Sunday, 1983, as the Community-One Church of Religious Science and attracted hundreds in the city before relocating to Marin County a couple of years later. And whereas over the years, GGCSL has had 4 name changes and 5 senior ministers, and it names us. Whereas the city is affiliated with Centers for Spiritual Living, founded by Dr. Ernest Holmes, author of The Science of Mind in the 1920s. And whereas the city of San Rafael is proud to have Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living based in San Rafael. And whereas this year, Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living celebrates its 40th anniversary with its anniversary theme, There's No Place Like Home. And whereas Golden Gate Center is looking forward to a vibrant future, and their celebration and memories aim at acquainting newcomers, welcoming past attendees, and reminding longtime members of all that GGCSL has achieved throughout its history. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Mayor and City Council of the City of San Rafael recognizes Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, a San Rafael-based organization, for its support to those who choose to live a spiritual life in San Rafael and beyond, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of San Rafael to be affixed this 22nd day of February in the year 2023. Kate Collin, Mayor. So that's our acknowledgement. And so I'm going to stop talking now because I put together from all the pictures I could glean some of the best pictures I could find, and I tried to put together as many pictures of you all as I could so that, hopefully you'll show up in a picture. If you don't, I apologize. I did my best, and some of the pictures are so fuzzy that I couldn't use them, but I did the best I could, and so Karen is going to provide a little musical accompaniment. This is about 7 minutes of history, and Jim, would you turn the lights down in the auditorium for this?
Ever so humble, there's no place like home. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart, and you are my family. You are the face of love, face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. We all are the faces of God. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. We all are so grateful. We all are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. So blessed. We are so blessed. So grateful. We are so. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. So grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. So blessed. So grateful. So blessed. So grateful. So blessed. So grateful. send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. Send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my joy, send our joy over the mountains. Send our joy over the sea. We send our joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send our prayers. I send my prayers over the mountain. Send my prayers over the sea. Send my prayers into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send hope. I send hope over the mountains. I send hope and laughter over the sea. I send hope into the heavens, yeah, and it returns to me. I send my love, I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea, my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send my love over the mountains, and it returns to me.
Isn't that great? So that's our attempt at our history there in a nutshell. And I just want to say what a wonderful thrill it is to see this room full. It's been a long time since the room has been this full. And so we're going to do a huge whoosh. And the point of this huge whoosh is so that even though we're many of us here in close quarters, this will be a 100% entirely safe gathering. No COVID spreading, okay? So I'm gonna start the whoosh, and then you guys just do this to pass it back, okay? Whoosh. There we go. Cleared away, excellent, okay? Now, because it is our anniversary, I would like to invite you as a congregation to join me in blessing Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. Oh, that's not where I want to go. Here it is. So I'm going to say the first line and have you say the second line, okay? We bless the I was going to read something to you first. Do I have that? Yes. All right. So this is about how it was created. The idea became a dream. And commitment to that dream emerged as love. Surrender to love opened up the vision. And acting on our vision with love strengthens our power to make it so. So here is our blessing. So we bless the idea that started Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, and you say, We bless the people, the time, the place, and the dream. We bless the dream that nourished GGCSL. We bless the people, the time, and the commitment. We bless the commitment that pulled GGCSL onward. We bless the people, the time, the place, and the love. We bless the love that sustained GGCSL. We bless the people, the time, the place, and the vision. We bless the vision that inspires GGCSL upward. We bless these people, this time, this place, and our power. And so it is. And I want to now invite you all to stand and join me with the morning's affirmation. Together, my spiritual path brings me home to my heart. I'm blessed by those who walk the path before me. I'm lifted up every day as I move forward in harmony with them and those who follow after me. Home is within me in all its abundant blessings, and I'm grateful to know it now. And so it is. You may be seated. And this is, I'm going to invite the ushers to come forward. This is our time of sacred offering. As Reverend Lloyd would say, we are all divine distributors of the infinite substance that has been given to us. And so whenever we do an offering, we always bless it. And we also encourage you to bless every dollar you ever spend, every place it ever goes, whether you're buying a stick of gum or paying your bills, to bless it so that, because I have this secret agenda, which is that eventually every piece of currency in the world will have been blessed in a religious science church, center, teaching chapter, or alternative focus ministry, any of those kinds of things, all right? So we are going to bless this offering that's being given this morning. If you want to, if you'd like to text a blessing, an offering this morning, I will tell you. Oh, no, I won't. Okay, never mind. You can do, Venmo and PayPal and that kind of stuff. It's all in your bulletin this morning. So we're going to bless the offering by saying this together. Put your hands over your heart with your gift, or if you're giving your gift with a loved one, hold it in your hands together. This gift I give is God in action. I now send it forth to bless and to prosper. I know that everywhere it goes, it is creating a world living in love, one heart and one thought at a time. And so it is.
My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. I send it out, let it go. It comes back to me in time. My joy is overflowing. I know God is my source. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. That's my Easter song for y'all. Yeah, I want you to hop. Everyone hop in their seats for just a second. Okay, ready? Sing this with me once if you can. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. I send it out, let it go. Comes back to me in time. My joy is overflowing. I know God is my source. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. Do that line again. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. One more time, affirm it. My money is like a bunny. It goes forth and multiplies. 1, 2, 3. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Y'all know this one. Come on. So I give thanks for all my blessings. For all my blessings God gives me. God gives me everything I need. That's the whole thing right there. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Let's go to love. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give for all my blessings. Love gives me everything. All right, let's go back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Now, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. For all my blessings. God gives me everything. Now repeat that line. Repeat. No. God gives me everything I need. Bring it down a little bit, boys. God gives me everything. Are you hearing that line? That's what they were all talking about. Everything. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need to the top. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Everything I'm ever gonna need.
Yes. All right. You may be seated. Thank you very much. And so all of us do together, on behalf of Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, accept this offering and send it out into the world, empowering people everywhere to see the face of God everywhere they look. And so it is. I want to give special thanks to all of those who helped put together the anniversary concert because there were a lot of them. And not some of these people that appear on the screen did more than one thing, but I didn't have enough room to put them in multiple places on the screen. So if I forgot you, let me know. But we want to thank all those people that made the concert so wonderful for us on Friday night. Yes. And, of course, too, it took a lot to put together Easter Sunday morning. And so we want to thank everybody who contributed to Easter Sunday morning. We want to thank Suruta for the beautiful flowers. We want to thank Leslie Giannetti for the beautiful altar, the musicians for the wonderful music, and all of you for being here, as well as everybody who's putting together the potluck and so on and so forth. So let's applaud them as well. Now, if you're here for the first time this morning, I want to let you know that usually we don't run over quite this much. So you can breathe easy about other Sundays. But I want to tell you, next Sunday, our music is going to be Bodhi Sechko. So you might want to be here for that. Also, I just got this watch that somebody lost. Is that yours, Marilyn? Okay. If you are a first-time guest, I want to let you know that there is information on the table that's back there on this side. You can pick up any of that and take it with you. And there are welcome packets, and inside them there's a blue card that says welcome. If you fill it out and turn it in back there, Galen will give you a little book as our thank you gift for being here today and our encouragement for you to come back often in the future. Few quick announcements. This Tuesday, I'm starting Foundations class on Zoom from 6 to 9 p.m. If you want to register for that, you can do it from our website, ggcsl.org. Just go to the Classes and Events tab, and when you click that, the drop-down menu, you just follow the classes stuff and you'll find it. It's a fabulous class. If you've never taken it, I will say this one thing about it: it can change your life. So if you could use a change in your life, whether you took it 1,000,000 years ago or not, maybe now's the time. Also, one of our dear long-term practitioners, Marilyn Letzos, is going to be teaching Quick Start, Stand Up Marilyn, and that is a workshop that will be offered next Sunday. It's a 2-hour workshop from 12:30 to 2:30. It will be on Zoom. It is free, although love offerings are welcome. And you can sign up on the table back here behind this side of the room for that this morning so that you get the Zoom link and the handouts, all right? And you'll have a great time with Marilyn. Also, Barbara Cox, one of our other practitioners, Barbara's back here. Stand up, Barbara. Barbara and I are going to be doing a workshop in 2 weeks, conscious aging workshop, considering the second half of life, or perhaps it's the third act of life, depending on where we are in the process. But you're welcome to attend. It's going to be free. We'll have a little bit of lunch for people before we do the workshop, and it gives us an opportunity to kind of reflect on how we want the rest of our lives to unfold together and get some tools for that. Also, I want to tell you that one of our newest members, Bruce Stagbrook, is starting a choir. Bruce is back there standing up, waving at everybody. And for right now, the choir is going to come and practice here together at 9 o'clock on Sunday mornings until they find someplace else. Talk to Bruce if you're interested in singing, whether you think you can or not. If you sing in the shower, if you sing in the car, if it lifts your spirit, talk to Bruce, all right? Now, I want to remind you that we have a prayer table over here. Oh, and Josh is the week after that. Oh, no, Josh is next week. Oh, sorry. Josh Holmes is next week. Bodie is the week after that. But you can come and hear Josh next Sunday, and he'll be here. Yeah. Thank you, Josh. I got mixed up there. All right. The prayer table is available, and practitioners will be on duty over here to pray with you following the service. If you have a heavy heart, you never need to leave with that burden. We also have a prayer box over there that you can put a written request into. So we encourage you to make use of that. And now I'm going to invite the, yes? Yes. This is Paula Yu, also one of our practitioners, and she is also the one who oversees everything coming together on Sunday mornings and manages the ushers and their ushering and all of that. So what she said was, use the restroom, get coffee, go outside and schmooze. They're going to move these chairs out of the way. You can also stay and help stack chairs if you want to, and then we're going to put some more tables for the potluck in here. So that'll be happening in just a moment. So I'd like to invite the practitioners now to stand and surround the room. And if you are a practitioner here with us this morning from another center, please join them. So what we are doing now is creating a bowl. And inside this bowl, we're holding you in prayer. So just allow yourselves to receive this prayer of our hearts as I speak for us right now, in recognizing that on this beautiful, gorgeous Easter Sunday morning, we recognize, remember, and turn our attention to that one presence that is the source of everything we see, everything we feel and hear and taste and touch and smell, every person, every place, everything. And it is right here within us. No exceptions. Each one is a manifestation of that divine presence as whatever the name is they're carrying with this particular journey. And so I know and claim for us this morning that as we go out into our week, we are abundantly blessed with love. We are welcoming clarity and humility and self-realization and love. And we are allowing it to flow into our hearts and also to flow forth from the fount of the source that flows through us and out into the world. So we're not depleted by sending out this love. It only increases in its richness as it comes into us to flow out. We welcome ourselves as channels for that presence in the world, as well springs of good, as those who are sprinkling the seeds of legacy everywhere that we go. We are Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, and we are continuing to seed the world with love, with compassion, and with peace. So with great gratitude, we celebrate this 40th anniversary and this wonderful Easter brunch, and we know right here and now that every single bite of food we eat, every single thing we swallow is sacred today, and we love it, and we welcome it in its nourishment of us. So we release this word together in love, and together we say, and so it is. Yes. Please stand and join me for the closing blessing and the closing song. So we do this blessing together. I'm going to invite you to you can take hands if you feel safe and comfortable doing that, or put your hand on the shoulder or the elbow of the person next to you as we say this. I now walk so that whoever walks beside me dwells in the presence of God, and whoever places a hand in mine is lifted, and whoever thinks of me is illumined with God consciousness. For Spirit and all people and I are one eternally, and so it is. Please remain standing for this song that we're going to sing together now.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Sing it again. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making. All right, let's go a cappella. Let me hear you all sing it now. Let there be peace. Put your hands together. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Come on now, let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a we are making a new. Sing that line again. Let me hear ya.